Hey everybody, I'm Den Haring. Welcome back to my channel, Fish Den 365. It's been a little while since we've been able to get together, but it's good to be back here with another video. You know, I have a question for you. Did you ever have a situation where you wanted to go fishing and everything during that day just seems to go wrong and things just don't seem to line up in any way possible for it to make the fishing possible even? And so, you know, I call that fishing through adversity, or having adversity when you're fishing. And recently I had a couple of days like that, and I thought I'd share what I did with you. Basically, I saved my day because I didn't succumb to the idea of the situation being so adverse that I couldn't enjoy a fishing day on the water. So the way it went was I got to Lake Wallenpaupack in the mid-afternoon. This was mid-November. And I decided that I was going to go fishing just for a few hours. I didn't have a whole lot of time. So I go to put the boat in the water, I get in the boat, and I go to start it up, and nothing. All it is a click. So I realized that I left one of my switches on, actually the main power switch, which is a lighted switch, and it was on for a few weeks, so it killed the starting battery. No big deal, I thought. I'll just go into the battery compartment, pull those wires off the starting battery, put it on one of my trolling motor batteries, and start up the motor, and I'll be fine to go. And that's exactly how it went. I was able to get the wires. It took some time, but I got the wires connected to where I need to on the trolling motor battery, and was able to start everything up. Looked like I was ready to go, and I thought I'd do a check on my electronics. So I turned the one on at the dash, and for some reason that one is blinking on and off, so I have some kind of short circuit going on there. I could see it, but it's turning on and off very quickly. And then the one up front didn't work at all, and I don't know if there was something that I did when I was in the battery compartment, but you know, I spent probably an hour looking at it, trying to figure out, you know, did I blow a fuse, did I hit a wire, did I not reconnect one of the wires correctly? Long story short, that wasn't the case. Everything checked out okay. It's just the unit wouldn't work. But yet that same unit up front would work on the console, the same way the console unit did, blinking on and off. So I was heavily discouraged at that time, because part of what I like to do at Wallenpaupack in mid-late fall is go out there and find some deeper water and fish vertically. Find the fish on my graph and just fish vertically right over them. You know, usually I use a spoon or a drop shot to do that. But without having that front sonar, I was heavily discouraged, and I was down to about an hour and 45 minutes left in the day, maybe 2 hours. And so I was actually deciding whether or not I wanted to go out or not. And I was just about ready to pull the boat back up on the trailer and just head back to Possum Lodge when I realized that, you know, I didn't need the fish finder to catch fish at that lake. I knew what to do at this time of year. I mean, it would be nice to have it, but I didn't have to. And so what I did was I developed a plan to get out there, and you know, I know what works this time of year. You find some of the main lake points, and you can fish some different techniques in 25 feet of water, and you're probably going to catch some fish if you move around enough. And that's what I did. So I took a look around. You know, I put a small, I think a 3.3 inch Kitech swing impact fat, and I just went to work with it and started fishing around some points. I was concentrating in 20 to 25 feet of water. I used the unit on the back, on the console, on the back of my boat to, that's where that transducer is, off the back of the boat, to check those depths. And I didn't really look for fish much. Couldn't look for them while I was fishing on the front deck. I could look for them while I was motoring around, and I did a little of that. But without having that front deck fish finder, I thought, well, I'll just make some long casts with the Kitech, let it go to the bottom, and then just reel it back slowly. And here's the results from that. Take a look. So it was a nice day on the water. I caught a couple smallmouths, a striper, a perch, and that's definitely better than not going at all for those few hours. I just would have went back to Possum Lodge and just sulked. So I'm glad that I forced myself to fish through that situation. That's what we call fishing through adversity. And the following week I was back up at Possum Lodge to winterize the place, and my boat was still there because I didn't take it home yet. So I thought, well, I never had a chance to take a look at the front unit and see what was wrong. So I knew I didn't have a graph on the front, but I really wanted to do the blade bait bite because, it was a week later, the water was cooling down, and it was really time to throw that blade bait. So, I winterized Possum Lodge, and, by the time I got to the lake, I had about an hour and a half of daylight left, and I went to work with the blade bait, and I caught a really nice smallmouth. You can take a look at that here in a few seconds. Got another little smallmouth and a perch. In that hour and a half, it was still better than not going at all. It made my afternoon, actually, especially that nicer smallmouth. So you can take a look here. So the blade bait that I used on that second week was a Bass Pro Shops laser blade. It was blue and silver in color, good alewife imitator. It's one of my favorite blade baits. I like to throw that quite a bit. And it caught some fish in that little small period. I was hoping to find some stripers, but it didn't go that way for me. Just couldn't find them, but I did find some other fish instead. Enjoyed the afternoon, made the most of an adverse situation, and had fun 2 weeks in a row. Well, I hope this encourages you, if you have these situations sometimes, to still get out in the water when you can, even if everything may not be working the way you would like it to. You can still salvage the day, get out there, and who knows, you might just catch the biggest fish of your life doing it. You just never know. That's the magic of fishing. So encourage you to get out in the water when you can. I'm hoping to get out again soon. It's wintertime now. We're actually in the new year. It's January 2nd today. I'm hoping to maybe go out on Monday. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it out. It depends on the weather. But if I do, I'll take you along and you can see how we do. Like always, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Remember to subscribe to the channel. When you do, hit that bell. That'll give you a notification of when the next video is coming out. So if you haven't done so yet, hit that like button. That helps me out. That helps get more views on my channel. Tell your friends about the channel. I have a ton of videos up on here. Very informative. Some of them I'm sure you'll find value in. Some things maybe you haven't seen before. Some new ideas, different baits, different techniques for fishing. I have a bunch of fishing videos on different lures, different techniques, nighttime fishing. Most of my videos are wrapped around fishing for largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, and stripers, but we have some panfish and trout videos as well. So take a look and see what you might like on there. Enjoy the channel. And remember, we're certified Bassified. And as always, may God bless your fishing endeavors. Happy New Year, everyone.